Many securities in South Africa, they are struggling financially, and then it is very, very difficult to keep up with a days to days demand because of the government of South Africa has neglected the security industry. Why do I say that? Securities are not being a priority to the government of South Africa. I'm saying this again. The government of South Africa does not care about the securities. Why do I say that? Before we go that, please, if you are new here, please make sure that you like and you subscribe to this channel, because these are the one of the topics that we are going to be covering in this channel, the issues of securities who are being neglected by government, because it does not help to target a single company. It does not help, but we need to address the issue that is in the system. So the reason why you will find out many securities in South Africa are struggling to keep up with the days-to-days needs. First of all, they are underpaid. First of all, they are working long hours. First of all, they do not have all these things. They are the first of all. They do not have like medical aids. They work in a horrible, poor conditions. So let's get into the meat of what I'm trying to say. I'm going to paint a picture for you, and I want you to understand it very, very clear. The government of South Africa is spending the estimate of about 100 billion rand in security service industry. That 100 billion rand, it goes to the procurement of securities in South Africa, and that 100 billion is going to be hiring private companies that are going to be providing the services to the government. So that means the government will outsource their securities. So securities will depend on that companies, and they will be in the mercy of the company. Right? So many companies will not comply with any rules. They will pay you whenever they like. They will delay payment. They will sometimes they will skip a month, and then you will get your payment on the next month. These are the things that securities are facing every day. So let's talk about this. This 100 billion that government is spending outsourcing securities. And securities are at the bottom of the barrel in this amount of money. And in South Africa, there are about 600 or 600 plus securities that are employed. And then there are about 2 million securities that are registered with SIRA. So having that humongous numbers of securities in South Africa, so you find out maybe some of them that are registered as maybe they are working in a different industry, but this is the number that is being registered of the securities. So government will hand over the tender to this company and say, I want you to employ at least maybe 400 or 100 securities. The company will won the tender, right? So after winning the tender, that company is going to be responsible for security provision. Maybe it's going to be health, it's going to be Department of Home Affairs, all the government institute. That is where the securities are going to be deployed. So what happened is that This company that is employed by government to employ securities. So that means the company is the agent, right? So the company is the agent that will employ you and pay you. So one of the things these companies that are doing, they will not pay. One of the things that you must have provident fund, you must have like health insurance and other things. These companies will not comply with any of those things, and then they will continue to pass. When it's time for them to do tender, they will fix their books and pass the tender processing and do the same thing. So you'll find out that these companies, they will not pay you according to the government gazette. If the government gazette says that you have to be paid 30 rand per hour, maybe they will gonna give you maybe 25 rand per hour. You see, I'm just making an example, but I know that this year a gazette maybe is about 30 rand per hour this year. But you find out these companies will not do that 30 rand per hour. And they will not pay you a Sunday. They will not pay holidays. When you are sick, they will not pay it. So these are the things that securities are facing. If you are a security and then you know what I'm talking about is true. And some of the securities, you will think that you're supposed to get maybe 7,000 rand, but you will get 4,000. These are the challenges that securities are facing, and the government of South Africa is sitting quiet. After they handed over the tender, government what is going to they are going to fold their hands. But every end of the month, the company is going to send invoice to the government to pay them so that they can pay securities. And every month government will continue to pay them so that they can pay less the securities. So government of South Africa does not care about any securities. So I'm calling to all securities to come up, and because if we're going to be striking for, we're going to attack one companies, it is not going to work. You need to address the system. The AFF has been saying that this thing for a very long time. Securities must be insourced in the government department. If you are working for the government, there must be an insourcing of securities. So how does the AFF can achieve that? The AFF can achieve that by you putting your vote as your voice. Because the only thing that we will have is your voice, is to vote, right? Is to put your voice as a voting thing. Yeah, so these are the things that the securities are facing every day. So tell me on the comment section, what do you think about this? Please, if you are new here, please make sure that you like and subscribe.